Hello to the amazing people, TheNeomare here, and welcome to another episode of Mimic Logic, an amazing deduction logic game with some RPG elements that I'm enjoying a lot. You can find the full playlist in the comment description below the video. So last time I did a very fast run on standard level 1, and I was able to get across 7,000 points. I could have done better, but magic pot, anything put inside stays fresh forever. Maybe time doesn't pass inside the pot. So yeah, and I don't know. Oh, what's this? Oh, some art? Oh, that's nice. But yeah, I will continue doing speedruns, but not today. Next one would be expert. So I want to like play standard and unlock 50 floor dungeons to see what they are like. Let's see if we can. You can use adventure points to upgrade your character. We can increase experience received, strengthen starting gear. Let's do that. And let's do starting gear. Like, how much stronger will it be? I don't know. So it's gonna be like more or less a chill of an episode. I'm gonna remind myself how to play this game. I played last time like a week ago, so don't be too harsh towards me. Oh, we start with like 7 boxes straight away, and like it doesn't seem like my gear's any better, so that's weird. Let's see. Standard level 3. 2 mimics within these 7 boxes. Okay. Well, so first, the box on the right isn't a mimic, the box on the left isn't a mimic, these two are vouching for each other. The box on the right is a mimic, so one of these two has to be a mimic. And this is a mimic, this one has to be safe, which means this one's safe. The top row has at least one mimic, this one's lying. The box on the right isn't a mimic, the diagonal up left from me isn't a mimic. Sure, that means this one is, okay. Then we got this. Let's see, diagonal up right from me is a mimic, so one of these two has to be. The top row has at least one mimic. Diagonal up left from me isn't a mimic. This one has to be telling the truth, because otherwise it's contradicting itself since there's one mimic here. And anyway, diagonal down right from me isn't a mimic. Okay. The box on the left isn't a mimic. Same again. The box on the right isn't a mimic. Okay. The box on the right isn't a mimic. Yeah, that's true actually. So this one's lying. So is this one. Okay. Good. Okay, I got some enemies here. Equip the best. 7 damage. Just about not enough, but hey, it is what it is. Oh, she casts her magic. That's wonderful. We don't get hurt here. Not that it really matters though. We would probably be fine anyway, so. Okay, again, let's look for contradictions. So these two, there is a mimic among the red boxes. So these two are both telling the truth or both lying. Let's say they're both lying. What happens then? The top row has at least one mimic. Okay. The bottom row has at least one mimic. Like, if these two are both lying, then this one has to lie. Oh, well, there has to be one more mimic here. So that's impossible. So these two are telling the truth. There is a mimic among the red boxes, so that means it has to be here. The bottom row contains no mimics. No, you're lying. Okay. The top row has at least one mimic. That's also a lie. So these are safe. Just because there's no more mimics, I found both of them. Okay, 34 HP. That's a lot of HP. Okay, that's gonna be a 2-hit. That's really good. Okay. How much do we get hit for? 5. Okay, so he has 13 health left, so I'm just gonna grab real fast some weapon which does 13, which I don't have, so we just kill it with this one then. Okay. Oh, there's no red boxes here. Okay, these two are saying the same thing, so they're either both mimics or both telling the truth. Let's say they're both mimics. One mimic is hiding in a black box. One mimic is hiding in a black box. This is a truth now, so this can't be. So both of these are telling the truth. Okay, so there is one mimic hiding in black box, so one of these two is a mimic. 2 mimics are hiding in blue boxes. That's impossible, so this one has to be. One mimic is hiding in a blue box. That's true. One mimic, that's true. One mimic is hiding in a black box. That's true. And this one's lying then. Okay. Let's buy some attack candy. I'll buy a cure just in case. Okay, good. Let's move on. One mimic is hiding in a black box. Diagonal down left from me is a mimic, so one of these two is a mimic. Let's see. 0 mimics are hiding in blue boxes. There is a mimic among the red boxes. Okay. The bottom row contains no mimics. Let's say you're lying. And it has a mimic, but then it would be 3, which is impossible. So you're telling the truth. There is a mimic among the red boxes. Okay, well, yeah, it is. 0 mimics are hiding in blue boxes. Yeah, this also has to be true. So blue boxes are safe. Well, only one of them. The box on the right isn't a mimic. Ooh. One mimic is... Well, if there is one mimic here... Diagonal down from left is a mimic. So if this is a mimic, then this one's safe. If this is not a mimic, then this is... So one of these two also has to be. There we go. How do we solve this? 0 mimics hiding in blue boxes. There is a mimic among the red boxes. The bottom row. Okay. One mimic is hiding in a black box. No, this is true. The box on the right isn't no mimic, then it is. There we go. Well, so far we're opening everything. Let me know if I miss like a solution and survive due to 50-50. I'm very curious about this kind of events. Okay. Okay, there's the city. Okay, my HP is relatively high, so I'm not too worried about that. What's this? Do I have like a useless rock? I don't know. Oh, boring rock. Nothing? How about here? So, supposedly... Yeah, I don't know. Hello. So, I'm gonna buy a shuriken. I'll buy a cure. I'll buy a bun. Buns are really cheap and really good, so... Okay, let's move on. There are 3 mimics from here on. Okay, that's very hard. 3 mimics. The box on the left is a mimic, so one of these two has to be a mimic. The diagonal down left from is a mimic, so one of these two has to be a mimic. Okay. The box on the right isn't a mimic. Diagonal up left from me isn't a mimic. I mean, between these two... Let's say this is a mimic, right? Let's say this is a mimic. Oh. Diagonal down right from me is a mimic, so one of these two also has to be a mimic. So one of these, diagonal down right from me is a mimic. So one of these two is a mimic. Diagonal down left from me is a mimic. So one of these two has to be a mimic. There we go. So, and with only one mimic left, diagonal up left from me isn't a mimic. This has to be true, otherwise it's gonna be a contradiction. Because if this is false, that's gonna be the third. Well, actually, diagonal up left from me isn't a mimic. Let's say this is a mimic, and this is a mimic. Oh, this is still possible. Wait. Oh no. Okay, I need to start somewhere. The box on the left is a mimic. Let's say this one's lying. Let's start with that. The box on the left is a mimic. So that would mean it's true. Diagonal down right from me is a mimic. Let's say that's true. Diagonal up right from me isn't a mimic. That's a lie. That's fine. The box on the left isn't a mimic. That's also a lie. Because it is. Diagonal up left from me isn't a mimic, sure. Diagonal down left from me is a mimic, sure. The box on the right isn't a mimic. Okay, this checks out. What if this is not a mimic though? So this is, the box on the left is a mimic. Okay, diagonal down right from me is a mimic. It's not. Diagonal up right from me isn't a mimic, sure. Diagonal down left from me is a mimic. Okay, this is a lie then. The box on the right isn't a mimic, this is also a lie. Diagonal up left from me isn't a mimic, this is also a lie. So too many lies. So these 3 are mimics. And there we go. Okay, let's move on. Listen, stay a while, listen. Okay, there is a mimic among the black boxes. This has to be true, otherwise it contradicts itself. The top row contains no mimics, the bottom row contains no mimics. Like, one of these two has to be a mimic because of this. There is a mimic among black boxes. I mean, I already know that's true. The top row contains no mimics. Okay, so these two are either both lying or both telling the truth. These two. Let's say they're both lying. Yeah? Then the last mimic would be here. The bottom row contains no mimics, this would be true. The top row has at least one mimic, that's true. There is a mimic among the red boxes. That's lie, so this checks out. Let's say they're both telling the truth though. The top row contains no mimics, so this can't be a mimic then. There is a mimic among red boxes. Oh, there's no room for 3 mimics anymore. So it has to be these 3. Okay, good. So far, so good. Oh, there, mister. What do you have? A strange book? I'm a poor person. I'm a very poor person. Listen. Diagonal down left for me is a mimic. Well, one of you is. There is a mimic among the black boxes. This one's safe. Diagonal down left from me is a mimic. So one of these two is also a mimic. And then there is one here as well. Okay, it's just so many mimics. Okay. Let's say this one's telling the truth. The bottom row contains no mimics. So if this one's telling the truth, that the bottom row contains no mimics, then these 3 are mimics. Does this check out? The bottom row contains no mimics, that's fine. The top row has at least one mimic, sure. There is a mimic on red boxes, that's sure. The bottom row has at least one mimic. That's fine, it's lying. Diagonal down left from me is a mimic. It's lying, that's fine. Diagonal down left from me is a mimic. So that actually checks out. So if this one's telling the truth, that checks out. Let's see if this one's lying, what happens then? The bottom row contains no mimics. Okay, if this one's lying, that means the bottom row has to contain a mimic. So there's gonna be one mimic here like this. And then diagonal down left from me is a mimic. Okay, the bottom row has at least one mimic. Sure. Diagonal down left from me is a mimic. The bottom row contains no mimics. Diagonal down left from me is a mimic. So one of these two has to be a mimic. This one says there is a mimic among the red boxes. That's a lie. There is not. Diagonal down left from me is a mimic. And then finally this one here. The top row has at least one mimic. Oh crap. The bottom row has at least one mimic. Diagonal down left from me is a mimic. There is a mimic among black boxes. Yeah, that still checks out. Okay, this one is a problematic one. Like, if this is X or circle, I can't really solve it anyway. So let me know if you see a solution here. The top row has at least one mimic, lie. There is a mimic among red boxes. That's a lie. The bottom row contains no mimics. That's a lie. The bottom row has at least one mimic. True. Diagonal down left from me is a mimic. Yeah, it can be like this or it can be reversed. I cannot do anything here. I can open the black box and that's it. This kind of sucks. Do I have any items? Okay, I should have bought a oracle thing, but it is what it is. Eat all the candy. Equip the best gear. Okay. 13 damage, 4 HP. Okay, I'm gonna equip a weaker weapon here just to save some durability. Okay, listen. The box on the right is a mimic, so one of these two is. The box on the right is a mimic, so one of these two is a mimic. And then the top row has at least one mimic. Okay, but this one's safe though, because if that's the mimic, then it's telling the truth and contradicting itself. So this one's safe, that means this is a mimic. The diagonal down right from me isn't a mimic, so that means it is. The box on the right is a mimic, that means it isn't. The diagonal down left from me isn't a mimic, sure. Diagonal up left from me is a mimic, true. The box on the right is a mimic, that's false. And that means this one is telling the truth. Okay, good. Well, glad I can solve something still. Okay, 23 HP. I think we can one-shot these. 30. Okay, let's see. 28. 19. Let's go 28. Okay. Good. Eat the candy. Keep the best. We're going to do one more puzzle before the shop. Right, the bottom row has at least one mimic. Diagonal down. The box on the right is a mimic. One of these is. One mimic is hiding in a blue box. The bottom row contains no mimics. Well, this could be a lie. The bottom row has at least one mimic. Okay, so these two are contradicting each other, so there's one mimic there. Diagonally down left, one mimic is hiding in a blue box. There is a mimic among the blue boxes. I mean, that's true. Like, one of these two is definitely a mimic, so that's true. So a third one would be like here. Okay. Okay, again, let's do this. So let's say this one's telling the truth. The box on the right is a mimic. Diagonal down right from me isn't a mimic, so that means it is. The bottom row contains no mimics. That's a lie. One mimic is hiding in a blue box. I don't know. Diagonal down left from me isn't a mimic. That's a lie. So these three would be mimics. One mimic is hiding in a blue box, that's true, and the bottom row has at least one mimic, that's true. So this checks out. Let's see if this one's a mimic, what happens then. The box on the right is a mimic, so it's not. Diagonal down right from me isn't a mimic. Okay, the bottom row contains no mimics. Okay, one mimic is hiding in a blue box. I think that's a lie, because it's 2 now. So this one's safe. The box on the right is a mimic. Diagonal down right from me isn't a mimic, so that means it is. The bottom row contains no mimics, lie. Okay, diagonal down left from me isn't a mimic, that's a lie. There is a mimic among the blue boxes, true. The bottom row has at least one mimic, that's true. One mimic is hiding in a blue box, that's true. Okay, I think that's the solution. I hope I didn't mess anything up. Okay, I have 10 gut left. Okay, 50 HP, eat all the candy, equip the best gear. I don't need 31 damage though. I need like 29 will do. Okay, but my weapon will break now, so I need to replace it again. Anything that deals 18 damage. There we go, wood sword, wonderful. Okay, and then here, 47. 29, 21, let's go the best one now. Okay, and then something that does 16. We have plenty of weapons which do 16. There we go. Good. Alright, well, town sweet town. So we're gonna come here, we're gonna have a very nice dinner. Heal up to full health and gut. That's just wonderful. Then I'm gonna get here. And I equip my best gear. Okay. Gonna buy. I'm like, I have no gold. Okay. I think the best thing here to do would be to sell not all my unequipped gear, but everything but the chain. It's gonna take a while, or I can risk it. And just sell everything except the chain. Like, I would like to keep my second best weapon, but I don't think I can do that right now. Okay, let's sell all the unequipped gear, yeah. So that's gonna make me loads of cash, because apparently that's all I get. I'm gonna grab a blue crystal actually, and that thing, and let's grab all the attack candy we can. Yeah, I'm gonna eat all the candy, go up to B. I think we have a decent chance to win here. Okay, listen. Mimics 3, goes 3, okay. This would be easier. This will be easier than the last one, actually. Get to next floor in 91 seconds or you will die. Okay. Never mind. The bottom row has at least one mimic, sure. The top row contains no mimics. There is a mimic among the black boxes. Okay, one of these two is a mimic. There is no mimic among the black boxes. Okay. There is a mimic among red boxes. This one is safe. And this one's also safe. Okay, so there's one mimic here. There is one mimic here. There is a mimic among the blue boxes. So there has to be 3 mimics. The top row contains no mimics, maybe. The bottom row has at least 1 mimic. Well, if this is a mimic, then that's true, so it cannot be. Wait, this is true, so this is a mimic. The top row contains no mimics. No, the top row has a mimic. Okay, there's 1 mimic there. There is a mimic among the black boxes, true. There is no mimic among black boxes. These 2 are lying. That means this one's telling the truth. There is a mimic among blue boxes. Yeah. Okay, and I will indeed die if I don't get to the next floor ASAP. So let's do it. Okay, no counter this time. The top row contains no mimics. So they're either or all telling the truth, or they're all mimics. Let's say they're all mimics. The top row has at least... the bottom row contains no mimics. The bottom row has... Okay, there is too many mimics now. So these 3 are telling the truth. There is really no mimics among the top floor. Good. The leftmost column has 1 or more mimics. The top row has at least 1 mimic. Okay, that's a mimic. The leftmost column has 1 more mimic. That's true. The bottom row has at least 1 mimic. This can't be a mimic, because otherwise it's in contradiction. So that means mimic is here. Okay, and there is 1 more here. The leftmost column has 1 or more mimics. That's true. The leftmost column... Okay, that's the last mimic. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, I have just about enough damage to one-shot this. That's amazing. Okay. But I don't know if we're gonna have enough durability. That's worrying me. Yeah. I wish there was an option to sell everything, but you're first equipped and you're second best. Okay, there's 1 mimic here. The bottom row has at last 1 mimic. Okay, the box below me is a mimic. There is 1 mimic here. The rightmost column has 1 or more mimics. That's actually true, because one of these 2 has to be. The box on the left isn't a mimic. That's also true. The top row has at least 1 mimic. Well, maybe. The bottom row has at least 1 mimic. Well, if this is true, then mimic is there. The top row has at least 1 mimic. Let me see. Let me see. So there is a mimic here. Let's say this one's lying. The leftmost column contains no mimics. There will be 1 mimic here, here, and here, and that checks out actually. There is no mimic among red boxes. Let's say this is a lie. That would mean there is a mimic here and here. And this would be true. The bottom row has at least 1 mimic. That's true. The top row has at least 1 mimic. And the box below me is a mimic. It all checks out, right? Yeah, the box below me is a mimic. The box below me is a mimic. The bottom row... Okay, I think I'm gonna use an orb here. Let's say this is telling the truth. Then this is also safe. Yeah? That means there is a mimic here. The bottom row has at least 1 mimic, that's a lie. The top row has at least 1 mimic, that's true. The box below me is a mimic, so one of these 2 would be... No, the leftmost column contains no mimics. This is a lie now. So this is true, then this has to be... So if there is no mimic on random boxes, if this is true, then this is also true. And then this also has to be true. But then... This has to be true because of this, but the bottom row has at least 1 mimic is now a lie. So this has to be a mimic. Okay. Okay, there is no mimic among the red boxes, that's a lie, and you're it. Okay, the bottom row has at least 1 mimic, true. The box below me is a mimic. Okay, so there's 1 mimic like here and here, so it means this one's true. The top row has at least 1 mimic. Okay, but still, I cannot do much here. The leftmost column contains no mimics. Oh, that's true. That means there is a mimic here. Okay. The box below me is a mimic. The box below me is a mimic. This is true, so this is false. Alright. Good. 67. Do I have a secondary weapon? Oh, I actually do. Kukri. 33 damage. Okay, that's a little bit low. But I have a good feeling about this. There we go. Nice. So I can kill these with Kukri. I'm taking lots of damage, but I'll have a chance to heal, right? Right? No, maybe not. Still, I don't think my best weapon kills it, right? Yeah, no. So there's really no choice here but to take a whole bunch of damage. Okay. Listen. There is a mimic among blue boxes. This one is safe. There is a mimic among black. There is a mimic among the blue boxes. So now this one's also safe, and this one's also safe. There is no mimic among blue boxes. Your mimic. The box on the right is a mimic. That's true. The box above me is a mimic. The rightmost column contains no mimics. I don't know. There is no mimic among the red boxes. This is a lie. There is. Okay. The box on the right isn't a mimic. That's true. The box above me is a mimic. The rightmost column contains no mimics. That's a lie. Okay. Yeah, this one was a little bit easier. Okay, 38 damage. Do I have like any items? Mushroom. Throwing knife. Okay, let's throw a knife at this one. And then finish it off with Kukri. I'm hoping she does her magic. She's not doing it. So I have to use my weapon here. Iron Whip. Oh, we have a flare gun which does 45. Okay, we could have just used that. That would be better. I should have checked my weapons first before I throw the knife. Hopefully it doesn't matter. There is no mimic among blue boxes. There is a mimic among black boxes, so this one's safe. Okay. There is no mimic. The leftmost column contains no mimics. The leftmost column contains no mimics. Let's say that's a lie. The leftmost column contains no mimics. Yeah, it could be a lie. Okay, never mind. The box on the left isn't a mimic. The box above me isn't a mimic. Okay. There is no mimic among blue boxes. Okay. So these two are vouching for each other. What happens if they're both mimics? The box above me isn't a mimic. There is no mimic among blue boxes. The box on the left isn't a mimic. This would also have to be a mimic. And then this is true. The rightmost column contains no mimics. That's false. Too many mimics. So this is not possible. So these two are covering each other up. The box on the left isn't a mimic. Sure. The box above me isn't. There is no mimic among blue boxes. Fine. The rightmost column contains no mimics. The bottom row has at least one mimic. That's true, because 1, 2, and 1 has to be here. So one of these two is a mimic. This one says 2 mimics are hiding in black boxes. Let's say this is true. Then it would be like this one, and this one. Yeah. The rightmost column contains no mimics. That's truth now, so it falls apart. So this one's actually lying. And since this one's lying, then the rightmost column contains no mimics. This is true. Oh, I don't like where this is going. Now this is true all of a sudden also, so I made a mistake somewhere. I mean, this is most probably a lie. The leftmost column contains no mimics. It sure does. The top row has at least one mimic. This is true. The bottom row has at least one mimic. That's true. The rightmost column contains no mimics. This is false. It does. Oh, this is where I made a mistake. The rightmost column contains no mimics. This is false. It does. Right. 2 mimics are hiding in black boxes. That's a lie. There's only one. The box on the left isn't a mimic. The box above me isn't. There is no mimic. True. There is a mimic among black boxes. True. 2 mimics are hiding in black boxes. No. The rightmost column contains no mimics. No lie. The bottom row has at least one mimic. Sure. The top row has at least one mimic. Sure. The leftmost column. Okay, this is the solution. And yeah, we did it. Okay, I'm gonna get the bonus. There we go. And we're gonna buy what exactly? A cure. And then a whole bunch of attack candies. And then I'm just gonna go and slam the boss. I will eat all the candy. Let's not forget to do it this time. Equip my best gear. S. Actually, let's go and heal. 34 damage. Okay. Magic! Hey! Oh no, my weapon broke. And she killed it! With her magic, 11 damage. That's crazy. Nisa, that was really good. That's a nice run. Like, I'm a little bit rusty. You got an Amber Stone, but I think it was still pretty decent time. Let's see. Half an hour. Not really. Really? It took me so long? This was not easy, dude. Well, good thing I'm not doing speed runs on level 3. That was nasty. I really didn't feel like so much time has passed. But I guess there was like 2 or 3 puzzles where I really spent a lot of time. Right. And now we have standard level 4 unlocked. Keeps increasing the puzzle difficulty. Okay, that's gonna be interesting. But yeah, I'm just gonna be spamming standard for a little bit. Although like standard 4 feels like expert, really. Yeah, let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know if I lucked out somewhere. Let me know if I could have solved that one puzzle that I didn't solve. And yeah, have a wonderful day. Do some nice things. Be kind to each other, and let's make the world a better place together. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next episode of Mimic Logic. TheNeomare signing out. Bye bye.